All right, guys, it's time to continue our series on the eradication of PTSD symptoms, and we're going to target specifically the activation side of the house first. We're talking anxiety, hyperarousal, hypervigilance, all that kind of stuff that really jacks people up. This is the more common side from PTSD from the military, because you're feeling on guard, you're feeling anxious, you're feeling just wound up and tight and all the time. And so this is what we're going to hit first, okay? So we've already covered the basics in terms of the SUD scale. If you missed those videos, look back on those. Really, I went through the distress scale, how to know exactly where you're at on the scale, and so you can deploy the right strategy at the right time. This is the main kind of downfall of so much traditional therapy, is that they're giving you one set of strategy no matter what your symptom is and no matter what level of distress it is, okay? So that's a serious mistake. I'm going to give you the strategies that you need so that you can dominate your symptoms no matter where it is, no matter where you're at, no matter what kind or how intense it is. You're going to use the right strategy at the right time, okay? So, and what I want you to do is I want you to fill in your distress scale so that you know, if I'm at a 1, I'm doing this. I'm at a 2, I'm doing this. I'm at a 6 or 8, I'm doing this, etc., okay? So this is what we're talking about today. All right. So when we're at a 1 to a 3, all right, you're going to do something more, it's more logic-based, it's more kind of thinking, it's more intellectual, okay? When you're hitting these strategies, what you're doing is you're really looking at the situation and you're going to analyze it. You could question it. You could say, you know, like, for example, a lot of people deal with hyperarousal, hypervigilance. They're feeling like threats around them all the time. They can really question the symptom, question kind of the thought process or just the experience that they're having. Is it really true that, you know, this is, you know, dangerous? And is it really true that there's someone in the back of my house, you know, busting in? You know, is this person really dangerous? Is, you know, if you're going after anxiety, you know, okay, a lot of times people get wound up on anxiety because, you know, they're afraid or they're fearful, they're worrying about something. And so you can really kind of put it on trial and really kind of looking at it more intellectually. And then this will help you kind of analyze the symptom that you're experiencing, okay? So, these kinds of approaches are only for low-level approaches. Why? The reason is because your, you know, brain and your system is not going to be able to really do this level of analysis once you get really triggered, okay? Because you start to go in fight or flight mode, you know, your body goes into more survival mode, okay? So that's a big reason why so many traditional therapy techniques do not work, because they're giving you the low-level strategies and they're telling you to use it when you're at a high level of distress, okay? So that's more of the basic stuff, kind of those kinds of things. You can also, and then once you get a little bit higher, now you're going to go to more grounding, more physiological type stuff, okay? So we're talking deep breathing, grounding techniques, looking around, how many, you know, green things do I see? Let me feel the kind of the wind on my face. You know, you can take walks, you can do all kinds of things like that. They're more physical, okay? Because again, as the distress increases, your thinking process goes down, all right? So you want to do more of that. Deep breathing, box breathing. There's so many cleansing breath strategies out there. They're very, very effective. You want to start to get some touch, some feeling, some sense, focusing on the sounds, the smells, the sights, looking for different colors. Extremely effective at about the 3 to 4-ish range, okay? When you start going a little bit higher, what I would really recommend that you do is you get more visualization type approaches, all right? There's a lot of really good ones out there. I'll have some more videos on this in the future, but visualization approaches like going into what's called a safe space. You can visualize where you feel the safest. There's a whole bunch of other ones that I've got, like guardian exercises where you visualize your comrades coming around you and protecting you. These are all really effective for when your distress is a little bit higher, really soothe you, okay? Putting you into that space, and then add in the tactile stuff. I mean, I use boxes of sand. I would use all kinds of different things to kind of get myself in a better space, okay? Now, once you go a little bit higher, you need to start shocking the system, all right? Now we're talking when you're at like 7 and 8 range, now where distress is really high. What you want to do is you want to start doing more intense exercise, okay? Intense exercise, start start doing burpees. You can do cold water. You want to do, I've even gotten in pools or cold like showers to shock the system to get yourself down. And those approaches will really work 7, 8, 9, 10 in the spectrum. But the higher you get, the more intense that your strategy needs to be. Okay. Now, you can always use the higher number strategies for the lower level numbers, but do not use the lower level numbers for the higher levels of distress. It does not work. Your mind will not be able to turn back the distress if you're using like narrative type stuff. If you're at a 6, 7, or 8, because your body's completely flooded, your emotions are really, really shut down. Your body's in fight or flight. Okay, so these are the examples of different techniques that you can use for your distress scale. So what I want you to do, fill out your strategies from 1 to 10 with what it works for you. Try them out and figure out what works best for you. When you deploy these strategies, you'll be able to crush any anxiety, any hypervigilance, hyperarousal, before you get to panic, before you get to all these things. But then once you see where you're at on the scale, then you deploy it and then you crush it in the moment. My name is David Shoup, I'm a United States Marine Combat Vet. I'm the founder of the Mission Freedom Program, and my mission is to destroy PTSD and help our nation's heroes live free. Share this, guys. Subscribe, like this, share this with a veteran that you know that is hurting, whether that's you or somebody else, so we can help our war heroes be free from PTSD forever. Take care.